night. Okay, so I did my makeup a little late tonight because I was only out for a couple hours. Maybe not even a couple hours. It's 8:49 now. I left not that long ago for dinner and I threw on makeup real quick. I didn't do primer, I didn't do anything fancy beforehand. Basically just put on concealer and I put on powder and put on mascara and my lenses and my hair, and I did have on my Lime Crime like glitter on my mouth just so my mouth wasn't naked. But I wanted to try one of my lipsticks, and I know my computer's already like being kind of loud, but it's only gonna happen anyway, so I figured why not just like film right now, because it's gonna be loud regardless. I basically know what these do already. I already tried these, but I didn't try these two. I opened them, I have an idea of what they're gonna do, but I haven't worn them. And for some reason I feel like putting on the black, even though I know it's gonna make my teeth look awful, because my mouth isn't all that white. Like, it's decent, I guess, but like my teeth could be whiter. So I know it's not gonna work out in my favor, but if you just want the look, then I say do it anyway. So this is just a lip exfoliator. Just so my mouth won't be too dry, because my mouth already is like too dry. So just looking through my stuff, I found a lip liner, but since my mouth is probably going to be black, I don't really need that. At least not a pink one. I am kind of interested in Jeffree's liners though. Mainly because you can use them on the waterline and for other things. I think you might as well just call it like a body liner, because at that point it's like you can make it whatever you want it to be. But yeah, these have glitter in them. This is Shady Witch. That's the name. Lipstick has always been my favorite thing about makeup. So sometimes I just like get the craving, like the urge to just put on lipstick even if I don't have anything else on. So I don't know if I should give you the good news or the bad news first. And you're probably thinking, whoa, I didn't know you had like any kind of news at all. So what's going on? Well, good news is something I don't really talk about much often, like at all, to much of anybody, is my room is going to be majorly improving. It already has improved, but if I were to show you what it looked like, it would be like, if this is what it looks like now, what did it look like before? Because there's a lot of stuff, but I can tell you it's definitely gotten better. There used to be so much stuff in my one corner, I couldn't even see the window. I'm able to see the window, the drawers and everything are there, but we're in the process of getting rid of a lot of stuff in here, because it's not all mine. So, there's that. It's been like a daily thing past few days that we started. So at first we were trying to get the drawers accessible, and that way we can get them out of here. And then today we did the bookshelf, which had a lot of stuff. We were going through books. And I found some books that I'm going to send to Zane. That way we don't have to worry about them like being here, and that way even if anyone did get them, I know it's him because he loves books and he appreciates that stuff. The rest is probably going to be donated. Yeah, I'm a 90s kid, so anything that like could be worth value now, like a Powerpuff Girl like old book, or like Mary-Kate and Ashley, or anything that like we look up that could be worth some money, will be sold. But everything else pretty much is going to be donated. When I was little, I liked to read more, I feel like, than what I like to read now. I'm not against reading, it's just not something I usually do, which is like the opposite of my boyfriend because he loves to read. He's a major bookworm. So it's kind of weird that we're like kind of the opposites in that aspect. It took a little bit of building for this, only because I'm like super careful and I didn't want to fuck up, but really good lipstick. I can already feel it like drying down, so I can't tell you if it's going to be like kiss proof or anything, but I think it will be pretty good. And I wanted to do like a reddish look on my eye. I don't even know why I'm doing this so late at night, honestly. But there's a good chance that I'll stay up because my sleeping pattern has been weird. I'm like in the middle of fixing it, but it's not really fixed yet. But it's better than what it has been. Also, when I was going through stuff in my room, look! The computer that I was so pissed about losing was in my very bottom little drawer. And I swear I looked there before, but I guess I didn't reach my hand in deep enough to realize the computer was there the whole time. So now I have the original files that I was using when I was making stuff on iMovie, so that's cool. I thought for a long time that, like, well, if that computer's gone, I don't have the original files for things. But nope, shouldn't be a problem now. So that's cool. I have like lip scrub stuck in my nail, and it tastes good, so it's kind of like candy. But yeah, I was just kind of trying to get an idea of what I want to do for like a Halloween look. I'm already serving like Halloween realness right now with my dark mouth and my orangey hair, but if I ever do anything for actual Halloween night, or for when I'm in New Orleans, if I want to like do my makeup up a little bit while I'm there, to have like a look I can go to. So I thought, oh, maybe like a reddish eye or something. And then I thought, oh, maybe green, but would green be too much? But it's one of the reasons I picked up this palette in the first place, was that green. So I don't know. Kind of takes being brave enough to try these things. But I haven't used this palette yet for like anything. But I think I do want to go in with Dippy and Solstice to kind of have like that vampy looking eye going on. So, let's see how this goes. This may not be the right brush necessarily, but I want to give it a go anyway. I just wanted to see if pigment will go on. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm using like a crease brush, I think. Because a large eyeshadow, yeah, this is a crease brush. Whoops, I had a feeling that's what it was. Oh well, might as well just make it even now. All the MUAs probably like, what the fuck? It doesn't look good at all. She needs to blend. I'm like, I love makeup. I know shit about makeup. But when it comes to me, like, doing it myself, I'm like, what's this? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I use the little brush, and I get it. I get it. I get it. I fucking get it. I understand. If I were you, I'd be pissed at me too. But it's okay. We're gonna make it work. Maybe. Hopefully. I'm not promising anything. I was going to, but I don't want to let you down, so I'm not gonna promise. I'm supposed to do windshield wipers at times, right? So if I do that, maybe it won't look as horrible. It looks like I gave myself more of a shape on this eye, and this one's like... So basically, if I keep this on, since it's been like 2 hours maybe, since I had even just my concealer on, it's like, well, I guess I might as well just keep this on until I fall asleep. So yeah, the bad news I'm a little scared to share, because nothing is set in stone yet. It's more of like, I'm really, really fucking worried, and I want the bad news to come true. But basically, the bad news was that my dog Rox had her lump from before that we just removed a few months ago come back. So I'm really scared that we'll have to put her down. My mom yesterday was asking what we should do, and I said, I don't know, and I don't want to put her down. Like, if I had the option, I would have Rox live forever with me, you know, like, I don't want to ever have her die, but unless they do something in the future where that's an option, like, it's not an option. Like, everyone and everything has to die at some point. So, yeah, but it's like, she's been whimpering more often, and I don't want her to be, like, sticking around just for me, because at that point I would just feel really selfish, and I don't want her to be in pain if she doesn't have to be in pain. So, it's just kind of how I feel about that. I think any pet owner would probably say the same thing. Like, she's 15. She's been around for 15 years. Like, she's been around for a really long time with me. I helped raise her. She's like my baby. In a way, she's like a sibling. That's probably gonna sound really weird and make no sense, but like, she's like my fuzzy sister. I always call her my sister. Guess it's just kind of how I am. But yeah, like, I don't ever want to be without her. So regardless, it just sucks. And what scares me is her bleeding, because she gets this big mass. We didn't even figure out if it was like cancerous or not, because we didn't really want to know. And it's like we knew there was a possibility it could come back, but I never really expected or thought that it would. But now that it is, it's like, shit, you have to really be careful now. And she was bleeding. I don't know if it's because she was scratching at it, or if it just opened up and was bleeding. But yeah, it came to the point where it's like, maybe we have to put her down. And I really didn't want to think about that at all. I wasn't having it. So I cried a lot yesterday, because I just don't want to picture life without her. I really don't. And my dad was saying how, like, you can't escape it, and that it's gonna happen, and you just kind of have to think about it, and, like, keep it in mind. I'm like, I know, but it's easier said than done. The last time I ever got that close to animal was my dog Jenga. She was 16 when she died, and I was 14. So that was like the animal I had all my life at that point. And all I knew was to have Jenga, and I was devastated. And Rox was alive back then, and Rox then was like devastated in a doggy depression. And not having her dog that raised her there. And then what fucked me up more about the whole thing is that my dog has her son here with us already. Like, we've had him, and I helped raise him too. And so it's like, then what? Like, he'll go through like the same thing Rox went through, and Rox is like the last piece of Jenga that I have. So it's like a nobody wins situation. Like, overall, it's gonna be horrible. And I wanted to deal with it later than sooner, as selfish as that sounds, but it's like we don't really want to lose our pets. So I think it's kind of understandable to not want to lose them, even though you know it has to happen. Yeah, since we're doing like a reddish eye, I'll have some reddish tint to make these. And this could be like my autumn witch look. I was gonna use my Laura Geller blush I had a little bit on earlier, but it's kind of faint. This is a little more pigmented and dramatic. It's this shade. In my little duo, it's the Over the Moon set. I've really been liking the blush on the nose lately. I don't know why. I guess it's because I keep seeing like people on Instagram do that, so then it makes me want to do that, but make it so that it's my own look. I guess is like the best way I can explain it. And I'm actually not really hating the eyeshadow. It's just a different shape than what I normally do. But my kind of eyeshadow is like it barely being on my eyes at all. So even if it doesn't look all that good, it still is better than what I usually do. I could use a blush, a brush for my blush, but I didn't, so whatever. And now is when I take the risk. I take the plunge. had this lipstick. I got the gray one, or what color? No, not gray. I already had the gray before. Blue Iris. In case I wanted like a vampy-ish lip. Then I have my Rimmel eyeshadow in the color Lunar Lilac, and I think I might actually use that as a little bit of a highlight, because to me it looks like it could be a highlight color too, since a lot of palettes have that lilac-y purple nowadays. Let's see how it does. How it does. How it does. It's kind of subtle. But you can see the little glow on my nose. That's pretty. See, people usually tell you they can't do like the bold eyes and the bold lips. But I think it just kind of depends on what you're going for and what colors you're doing. Because I see people do both all the time. With this kind of look, I feel like it works. But then again, it would be like Halloween. So I don't really think anyone can really tell you you're doing it wrong. But this is a waterproof liquid liner. I got this when I just wanted to use the Rimmel money. Like, you spend the $12 and you get extra bucks or whatever it was. Or whatever Rite Aid has. So, it's been a long time since I used a waterproof eyeliner, because I don't really think I'm that good at eyeliner in the first place to be using a waterproof. But I guess it comes in handy when you don't want to have it come off. So we'll just see how this goes. You can't hear the thing inside it. I like the eyeliners that you like hear the little marble thingy in there. Oh my god. She's so pigmented. Oh my god. And I'm just gonna see how it dries before I do something else. But yeah, it is really dark. So, what else can I update you on? Nothing much really else going on. I have to pack for the trip, but I don't really know how to pack because I've never been on a plane. And I know they're like stricter with things, and they're strict with liquids and stuff, and I have an itty bitty perfume in my bag. I don't know if I could even bring that, if that's okay. Like, I don't know how this stuff goes. I really don't. I'm a noob when it comes to travel, so we'll just have to see. I've been saving up money, and along with that, I kinda ordered a wig the other day. But it was a two-tone wig, and I couldn't turn it down. And I have to put more money in my deposit to go in my bank account anyway, so I figured, wow, money's gonna go back in, I might as well just do this one last thing before I go crazy. Because I don't know what to expect in my trip, and I don't know what I'll pick up, because I'll more than likely have some kind of souvenir. So, yeah. But I think I've been doing a lot better with my spending lately. I haven't been going as crazy. But yeah, man, in general, I can't wait for Halloween. The movie and the actual, like, holiday, you know. Like, I just can't wait. I love it all so much. And my one friend was trying to hang out with me on the night before I have to leave, but I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know if I'll be working then or not. I have to look at the schedule. Plus, I would probably want that night to prep for actually leaving, and I have to leave early in the morning. So I'll probably tell him that if he wants to see me, it should probably be like this week or something. Like, while I still am around here. And not this week, I mean, but like next week, since it's already Thursday. I've always been so bad with eyeliner. I'm so jealous of anyone that can just go ahead and do it. I have to do this, which I know can give premature wrinkles and whatever, but whatever. Do what you gotta do, I guess. And okay, let me just say something really, really quick here. This is probably one of my all-time favorite eyeliners in pen form that I have ever used, because it is so slender and you can get in the little lines without like the brush being too big, and you can get like better control that way with it. So I really like this, because if there were any other eyeliner, it would be too thick and I would fuck it up. But not with this. It's like you really get to build it up. And I think it's because of how precise the brush is. So that's really cool. I appreciate the fuck out of that. So yeah, it's like, look at me having decent eyeliner for once in my little life. Like, I love that. It's like, I love that for me. So yeah, for this being like $5 or whatever it was, it definitely wasn't $10. I think it was like $5 or $6 for this. This is really good. Scandalized Precision Micro Eyeliner. And it says it's up to 24-hour wear. So that works. And I already use a waterproof mascara by Rimmel. Well, not Rimmel. By Essence. So if I'm washing dishes and water splashes up in my face, or if I'm crying, I don't want to worry about my eyeliner and my mascara coming off. So this might be my holy grail if this stays on. And is it dry? Yes, it is. There's only like a little skid of it that's on my finger, but that's only because I probably didn't let it set for long enough. But yeah, it's dry, it's pigmented, it's affordable. The precision is definitely on point. On point. But yeah, I like this eyeliner. It's only about time that I try some things that I actually got, you know? Because it's like, I don't want to have it sit. There's some stuff in this bag, like this huge ass Ulta bag. Like all this stuff that I barely ever used before. But I'm using it now. And then I open the nude. This is kind of like my Maybelline palette. Kind of reminds me of that. I wonder if I can find that. If I know where it is, I'll compare them. I think that's one of the few products that actually might be in my drawer still. Let me see. Maybe it's in the lower half. My computer is about to fall. Just warning you. It might be in my box. Where is it? A box. With a fox. Laptops. Yeah. This is a good foundation, by the way. Concealing perfect. If it weren't for the fact that I use actual, like, whatchamacallit, foundation more, that would probably be like my go-to, but I kind of fell out of love with foundation. It just became too much for me. Concealer for me is easier, but yeah. Trying to find that damn Maybelline thing. Soda Pop, though, is really good. Zane actually saw this at the store and almost picked it up for me. I was like, no, you don't have to. I already have that one. It's actually like a really good palette. And some people are like, oh, it's patchy. I'm like, I think it's okay. And I know some things may not work for some people and some things work for other people. But for me, I feel like it's fine. And I guess I'm not too picky anyway when it comes to eyeshadow, so maybe I'm just like one of those people where it's like, hey, I can't go wrong. It's fine. I don't know. I really am trying to find this damn palette though. See what I need. I have all this stuff in here. This was something I found at Gabe's. It was like the only one left. It was slightly used, but I picked it up for the $2 it was. That might be cool. It's like someone just wanted to swatch it. Hand sanitizer. The translucent powder of my Fit Me, which is odd. Because it does give coverage. It's just a little bit lighter. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily translucent. But that's just my opinion. Don't come for me about it. Also, like well, not all of, but most of my wigs aren't even in here. They're in the car. Because we're sorting through stuff. Damn, man, I just wanted to find that Maybelline palette so I could compare these. Here it is. It was hidden under a letter that Zane gave me. I like to keep his letters. So here it is. After looking for probably like 5 minutes or more. It reminded me of this palette. So, I don't know. The fact that they both came in like a clear kind of packaging, it's like, were you trying to like get inspiration from it or something? But the Maybelline one has way more colors. But they both do have like that bluey tone. Kinda. they're a little different. And then like the pinkish one and the whitish one. But we can swatch them and see if there's really any similarity at all. This one is in the Essence. It's the latest one right here where my thumb is. And then this one in the Maybelline. They have a little bit of different tones, and this one looks a little more glowy. This one looks kind of chalky-ish. The Maybelline one shows up more. Then we have more of like a pinky purple here, so I don't think anything in the Maybelline palette really compares to it. But I'll just go in with this shade. So they're very different, but this one actually has a little more pigment to it. But the Maybelline still outshines it. But I think it's just kind of neat how, like, Maybelline came out with the eye and cheek palette, and then this one's like an eye and face palette too. It's like, And when I saw this, I'm like, this reminds me of something. Hang on. And then I realized it's like the Maybelline Urban Lights. But I like them both, so it's okay. Yeah, like, look at this. All of this is just like makeup I didn't want to put all in one big drawer. It's in there instead. But also, I found a setting spray. Because my, whatchamacallit, what's the name of it? My my ColourPop spray burns my eyes whenever I spray that and I have like my lenses in. And I think even without my lenses, it kind of irritates my eyes at first. So instead of going through that, maybe I'll just try using this spray again. This is the Matte Finish Broadway spray that you get from Dollar General. So I might take my ColourPop one out of my bag and put this one in. Because I really don't have any problems with other setting sprays. Like, I think I'm fine overall for the most part. But sometimes just gotta try new things and see if they work for you. Yeah, that was my clusterfuck of a video. Kind of just wanted to talk. And I feel like there was more things going on, but I don't want to bore you guys for ages. And I'm missing too much, really. But yeah. That's my look. Still good. Can't believe I found that for $25 the one time. But yeah, if you see this palette, I only pay like $15 for it at Kohl's. If you ever see this palette, give it a chance, because all of these were really cool. There you got Trixie, you got Ultimate. I barely put my finger on that at all, and it's so colorful. We got Neon, which is the shade that drew me to the palette in the first place. And we have Solstice, the one that's on my lid right now. And that's them dry. So could you imagine if you like spritzed your brush and put it on, and how like bold that would be? And that's already crazy. And then I'll go in with Wicked, because names like that tend to be my favorite. Anything that's like dark but like mystical and like fancy. Like I tend to like names that are like not the norm, you know? Like Wicked, Bewitched, Black Magic, like Charmed, like Charming, Enchanted. Like I tend to like the whimsical names, you know? But that's that palette. Excuse me, I burped it. I burped it, These are weird though. If I can just say so myself. Because I honestly thought they were going to show up like the bluey shade it is, but then your mouth is pink all of a sudden. And I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was going to make my mouth like Frosty the Snowman or something, but it was totally different. I don't know if it's one of those things that warm up to your pH balance or whatever, like how like the Lipstick Queen stuff does, but that's what it was doing, so whether they claim that or not, that's how it was working. What's good, Lipstick Queen? What's good? Hope me having like no eyebrows on isn't too weird for you guys. I just haven't really been filling them in lately. I don't know why. I just kind of lack the interest to do that. It's just not what I want to do each time. But I even thought of using that one brush from the dollar store. It's a unicorn brush, and I'm like, whoa. All the other places have this, but now I'm surprised the dollar store does. I just haven't gotten around to it. I don't think I'll be getting any other eyeshadow palette anytime soon, because it's like, look at all these colors I can work with and everything else. Like, I don't need another eyeshadow palette. But do I need anything else that I've gotten? No. But I would say the Festival palette was like my colorful side palette. Like, I'll just stick with that one and not look for other ones. This one I got because of the whole soda concept and the colors, like Grape Pop and the Cherry Cola. They're really bold, they're shiny, smell like a cherry soda. I can't ask for much more than that. And for it to be like $10. Hello. Don't be snoozing on me, Boone. Whether they're holding Nikki hostage or not. I see those comments every time I click a video. Even if Nikki isn't in it, that's what people say anyway. I'm like, y'all need to let her live. Like, y'all need to just leave it be. I like to joke about it too. But not when you're like beating a dead horse about it. Like, okay, just leave it be sometimes, man. Like, you don't need to harass Maybelline about Nikki all the time. I think what bothers people the most about that is that they are like, you don't use this in real life, and you don't like this in real life, yet you're trying to sell it to us, and it's like, dude, she probably has a contract to like, that she has to talk about that. She probably doesn't really have a choice, and that's why people are like, save Nikki. And I'm like, well, I don't think she's like forced to be with Maybelline. I think she wanted to break it. She probably could try to find a way if she really wanted to. But I don't know. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not a detective. I don't know anything. Right there. Here's the brush. I didn't use it yet. Hopefully it'll just go good with my Maybelline powder. It's like not sponsored. I just like Maybelline a lot. They're matte and poreless. I like how they have like a foundation shade for me. I like how they have the powders for me, like the pressed powder and the loose powder. And I've always have gone to Maybelline over the years. I noticed that, like Maybelline Falsies, the Colossal, the Manga mascara. I like that shit. Like, I've gone to Maybelline so many times throughout the years, it's not even funny. Like, if they fucking knew me, bitch, if they fucking knew me, like, they'd be sending me shit. I'm a nobody, so. Like, dude, if I were to work with any drugstore brand, I would probably pick Wet n Wild and Maybelline. True tea. True tea. True facts. True tea. True dat. True tea. Yep. That's what I would pick. And then maybe Rimmel, just because I like this eyeshadow. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I like this eyeshadow. I do have a foundation that is light enough for me that I like to use at times. But my con with that is I feel like it melts around my nose super easy. And my nose is oily, so you can't be breaking down around my nose all early in the day. And when I'm working, I don't want to worry about makeup falling off my nose. No one wants that. So I don't go for that all that often. But it's there. It's there, man. It's there. It is in my collection, I promise. And I have these brow gel things. Maybe I'll just use this one before I go, because I want to see if it does anything and if it's my color. I got two of them. I got one that's clear. That way if I have like my brows done the way I want them to be done, I have a clear one. But this one is light. Ooh, that's weird. Where's it? Here, okay. So I don't really have much of a brow going on right now, but this is against my all natural brow, okay? And a lot of the time I can't find a color that's for me anyway, so let's see how this goes. Ooh, this is weird. Ooh, this is weird. Ooh. It tickles. I feel like it does give my brow a little bit of a color. I'm kind of lacking the tail part of my brow right now because of difficulties, and it took off a little too much than what I wanted. But this is really nice. Like if you just want to start your brow kind of like by cheating a little bit, it just fluffs your hair up and makes them look natural without having it look too like fake. So that's cool. It gave me a little bit more of a brow than I would have naturally, kind of. It's so weird to explain it. Like, I never really used anything like this before. So I guess I just kind of like the feeling of it, like going against every little brow hair and giving it some coverage a little bit. So even though I don't really have the tail ends of my brow right now, this is really good. Like if I just kind of wear my beanie like that and you don't pay much mind to what I have already, it actually is pretty decent. Like I said, my brows are really weird. It's like they're not Actually, no, I can't say that. I was gonna say my brows aren't naturally dark, but I think in a way they kind of are. They're kind of ashy toned. So, whenever I go for a brow thing, I make sure it's like the color taupe. Anything like that, and that's like as close as I can get. Because if I were to go for a brown, it's usually like already dark. So it's like, I can't really go for brown because that's naturally like, it's automatically dark brown. And once you go too dark, you can't really fix it up that much. So this light shade actually could be like a really good fit for me when I like fix up my eyebrows more and let them grow back. I might actually use that in my routine. And in here, I have the Laura Geller stuff that I haven't really used yet. Like these eyeshadows. I actually got these at a really good time. This is the second time Biscapes has had Laura Geller stuff. Like the first round, it was like a bunch of palettes and stuff, and it was like leftover stock for a long while, and then people, I think, finally caught on. And then they brought back more stuff. It's mainly eyeshadow, though. I showed these before, I'm pretty sure, but yeah. I like getting something that could have been like $16 for 3. So, can't really beat that, not can you? This blush I haven't used yet, but it's the Chandelier Glow. I had this for a while now. I haven't touched it perfectly. Still engraved in the pan. Eyeshadows. I thought this was a really cute set on the go to have. Then that one eyeshadow that I talked about before, the purple that I said I didn't think I would want. I ended up picking it up anyway, because why not give it a try? Other little eyeshadows. Oh no, this one broke. Which one was this? This was the Amethyst on Earth. Oh wait, yeah. I already knew this one broke. Duh. I guess that is the one that broke. Yeah. And my mom was like, oh, you can just tell them that, like, it broke. I'm like, well, it's fine, like, whatever. I can still use it. It's just not picture perfect anymore. But, yeah, I already knew that broke. Now I got this weird little brush rubber, though, but it's like, it kind of reminds me of, like, a play makeup brush. Does anyone else get that impression? Like, it just, I don't know. I want to believe it's like good quality and whatever, it doesn't feel too bad, but I feel like it doesn't need Laura Geller's name on it. So I don't know. And then this was the blush in Peach Berry. I try to pick up whatever kind of blushes I see, because I think Laura Geller blushes are nice. Some of her brushes seemed a little kooky to me. Like, I'm thinking, I don't know how I'm going to use this. What's the point of it? It just, some of them just didn't appeal to me. But this one did. I don't really know what exactly it's supposed to do, but this is something I got a while back. Haven't used it yet. I don't know if it should be for foundation or for powder. I guess you could do whatever you want with it, but I thought it was a good brush for the $3 instead of it being 12. That stuff I've had, I haven't really dug into that one. The one blush is in my purse and it's called Platinum Rose, and I liked using that one. That's the one I had on earlier. Whenever I contour, I usually go to this shade. It's the lighter shade near my middle finger. It just works for me. So, yeah. Sorry this video is completely pointless. Just figured I would show you what I like to do with the make nowadays. I haven't tried this eye look before, but if it doesn't look bad, I might be wearing it again. I just kind of felt like talking to the camera. Testing out some things, chilling. Sorry it took forever to find my one palette. It was hidden underneath stuff in my cart. But yeah, I have to figure out the whole packing situation. I don't really know how that's gonna go yet. But other than that, I don't know if I'll be uploading like while I'm there. I don't even know if I'll take my laptop there when I go on my trip, but we'll see. Maybe if I save anything on my phone, I can show you that way. I don't know. Hate when my eyeliner goes in my inner corner when I don't mean for it to. But other than that, this is a really good eyeliner. I definitely would try the Rimmel Scandal Eyes Micro eyeliner. It's waterproof. Give it a search if you ever want to find a good eyeliner for cheap. So I'm gonna go. It's been about an hour. And I'll see you guys later. Hopefully I can do the scalp massage video for my ASMR channel. But yeah, bye!